Welcome back to another trade outs tutorial, and in this video I'm going to be talking about trading bots, an incredibly powerful tool to generate passive income with no trading experience necessary. You do not need to know how to trade. So I will be going over a really simple DCA bot strategy, which is dollar cost averaging, using the 3COMMAS platform. So real quick, you can see I have a screenshot here from January 29th that shows I had just surpassed the $30,000 profit mark. And here on this screenshot, this is actually taken from today, just a little bit ago. Today is February 27th, so just a little bit less than a month from when I posted this screenshot here. And you can see I'm at $44,769 profit. So the difference between the two, obviously it's pretty decent, $14,700 profit difference in less than a month. So that just goes to show you what's possible when you're using trading bots. And, you know, especially in the type of market that we have seen overall in crypto, it's been a very aggressively growing market. And, you know, if you're positioned correctly, you can definitely take advantage of that. But let's get into the video so I can show you exactly how I did this. So here's a disclaimer. Please pause the video and read this thoroughly. You know, anything that I share, all content that I share is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, and obviously past performance is no guarantee of future results. So what are trading bots? Well, they're simply automated trading strategies that have buying and selling conditions built into them. So literally you have a bot and you give the bot a few parameters, and through those parameters, it's able to buy and sell. It's really that simple. And I will go over that in detail here in this video, exactly the parameters that I use that I've had success with. So why use trading bots? Well, they allow you to passively participate in the crypto market while maintaining your current workload, meaning your job, or if you're a business owner like myself, you know, these trading bots require very little attention, very little time as far as that goes. So you can easily have trading bots running on the side while you do your normal, you know, whatever your normal routine is every day. And they require incredibly little maintenance once they're launched. They run 24/7. So that's my favorite part. So even while I'm sleeping, I'm making money. And I can't do that. Certainly if I had a job, if I'm sleeping, I'm not making money. Being a business owner, the type of business that I have business hours. So outside of those hours, I'm not making any money. So having something like trading bots that are literally running 24/7, 365 days a year, every single minute, I am making some form of income. So I really enjoy that personally. And then another reason is you need minimal technical know-how. As long as you can use a computer, really, you do not have to be a programmer. You don't have to know how to code. You certainly don't have to know how to trade, which is funny enough considering you're using trading bots, but you really don't know how to trade, or you really don't need to know how to trade. And they're incredibly easy to use, which you'll see here. And then my favorite reason, which is kind of tied into the above, it's passive income. It's my favorite income. It requires no effort on my part to earn this trading bot income, aside from just putting, you know, setting the bots up initially and letting them run. But again, passive income, my favorite type of income to earn. I like to earn money while I'm sleeping. I like to earn money when I'm watching TV. I like to earn money when I'm on vacation. If I'm spending time with my kids, I know that I at least have some form of money coming in every minute that that I'm around. So that's very appealing to me, and that's a major reason why I like to use these trading bots, and I've invested in obviously using them. So what do you need to start using trading bots? Well, first of all, you're going to need an account with a crypto exchange. In this particular example, we're going to be using Binance US. So again, if you reside in the United States, you can use Binance US. If you reside outside of the United States, I recommend Binance. You get 10% off your trading fees if you use the links in the description below. Also, again, Binance US is the one that we'll use for this particular example. Second thing you'll need is a 3COMMAS subscription. There's also going to be another link in the description below, and you can get 10% off, or you get a 10% discount for the first purchase of a monthly subscription there. So definitely worth taking a look at. Third thing you're going to need, pretty obvious, you're going to need some trading capital. You're going to need some money to be able to use your bots. So you're going to need that initial capital. And again, that's going to vary, greatly per person. But hopefully as I go through and explain how the bots work, and you'll see these examples, you'll kind of get an idea for how much capital you might need for your situation. And then lastly, the tutorial, which we're about to get into exactly how you set up these bots. So here's some friendly advice real quick before we move on. If you have a lot of money in crypto, especially money that you are not actively using to make more money, i.e. trading bots, that type of stuff, you should really do yourself a favor and get yourself a hardware wallet to keep those funds safe. It's not safe, technically, if they're stored on exchanges, because exchanges can be hacked at any time. If you have funds that you will lose sleep over, I really recommend getting a hardware wallet to get those, get those funds off of those exchanges. So for me personally, the majority of my funds that I have in crypto are not stored on exchanges. They're stored offline where people can't access them, just because, again, as far as, exchanges getting hacked, websites going down, servers going down, whatnot, I want to make sure that my crypto, the bulk majority of it that's inactive, that I don't use actively every day to make money, is stored somewhere safe. And you can do that using, either one of these two devices. I do have a link in the description below if you're interested. But again, it's really important to have one of these, especially if you have a decent amount of crypto. And if you lost it, you would lose sleep over. I would definitely recommend getting one of these hardware wallets. So now let's actually move on into the demo itself, and I'm going to show you how to use trading bots. All right, so here is the 3COMMAS platform, and right now we're starting out at the subscription tab, because this is I'm going to just briefly explain which subscription that you need in order to do, in order to have the trading bots like I'm talking about in this video. So the subscription that you need, so obviously you can do monthly. It's more expensive. It's kind of like this on any subscription that you get, right? But like the bot that you need is this advanced bot. And the reason is right here: unlimited single pair DCA, or dollar cost averaging bots for spot exchanges. So this is what we are talking about today. This is what you need. It's $49 a month, or if you get by the full year, it's literally 50% off. It's a much better deal, obviously. So that brings it down to $24.50 a month. But and part of the reason why I'm starting here too is, again, there is an investment that needs to be made in order to use trading bots. There is a cost associated with it. So I wanted to cover it earlier on in the video, but you need to think about what your budget is, right? How much could you afford to put into something like this? Because you need to be able to make enough profit from your trading bots in order to at least cover this cost, right? Otherwise, what's the point? There's no point. So, for me, like I said, if I make a couple $100 a day, 300, 400 bucks a day, whatever, if I'm paying, is that worth me paying $24.50 a month? Or my subscription's actually this top one. It's just because I actually use 3COMMAS extensively. So, but again, if I just needed the advanced tier, is that worth me paying $24 a month? Absolutely, right? I don't even care about this $24.50 a month. But still, depending on what funds you have to start, this is definitely a cost that you need to consider. So I wanted to cover it first. But again, this advanced subscription is the minimum one that is needed, because you need these bots. So you need these single pair DCA bots. This is literally what we're going to be talking about. Okay. And because you don't get it in this, you only get, one DCA bot if you get the free. So, I guess you actually could try it. You could try it. I wouldn't really it's not going to give you a great picture, of how powerful these bots are. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But one bot, it doesn't make sense to do, to be honest. You need to be running several bots. That way you always have trades being executed all day long. That's kind of the point. You could have one bot that it could take a week or two to get in and out of trades if you happen to be in one that isn't moving or whatever, right? So I don't recommend that. You obviously could try it, check it out, see what it's like, but I wouldn't expect anything crazy out of that at all. And then it looks like the starter subscription doesn't give you any more bots. So there's no point, right? But this is the one. If you're serious about getting into trading bots, this is the one that you want to get, the minimum one. All right, so here is your dollar cost averaging bot, or DCA bot for short. this is kind of your home page. So this shows you all of your bots. You can see here under active deals, I have 41 bots running right now. This is my profit for today, and this is my total profit. And this is always going to fluctuate. So, and I'll tell you why real quickly. And this is really important actually. So if you take your profit in dollars, okay, so if you're trading versus USD, like United States dollars, or USDT, which is like synthetic dollars, okay, if you're trading and taking profits in dollars, this amount won't change because like a dollar is a dollar, right? Whatever it is what it is. I take my profit in crypto because I don't want any more dollars. Like I'm not really interested in accumulating any more dollars as far as like my trading bots go. I use these solely for the purpose of accumulating crypto, right? So not only do I trade crypto full time outside of trading bots, but with my trading bots in particular, the only purpose that they serve for me, and this is different from person to person, depends on kind of what you're trying to get out of it. But for me, all I want is more crypto. So I don't want any more dollars. I take all my profits in crypto, which I will show you when I set up. I'm actually going to set up a bot for you, but I'll show you how to do that. But when you take your profit in crypto, though, this total amount will fluctuate with the market. So just keep that in mind. If you take your profit in dollars, you are literally earning dollars, you're creating dollars, and it's stable. Like it'll literally, your profit is exactly what your bots took out of the market, okay? But for crypto, this number will change up and down. So again, this is kind of your home base for your bots. It has all your list of bots that you can see, and it gives you your statistics. But where we're going to start is actually under my exchanges, because this is the second step. So once you get your exchange, right, that I talked about earlier in the video, once you get your Binance US exchange or your Binance exchange, depending where you're located, this is what you're going to use to actually connect your exchange account to 3COMMAS. That way you can, when you set up your trading bots on 3COMMAS, it can communicate behind the scenes, right, to the exchange and do the trading. So that's what we're going to go into right now. So I am going to show you right now literally how you connect your exchange to 3COMMAS. So the first thing that you need to do is create an API. So an API is basically a key that allows 3COMMAS to access your trading funds on whatever exchange that you choose. So again, for this instance, I'm going to use Binance US. So this is what we're using for this this example. But an API, again, it gives 3COMMAS the ability to view your trading account on Binance US and trade on your behalf. So that's the whole purpose of trading bots. That's what we want. But there's some very important safety features that I want to talk about. So basically you start here. And by the way, so this is Binance US. Okay. How you get there is you come up to, how do you get to this particular page is you come up to your drop down menu and you click API management right here. This will take you to this page. So we're going to create an API, and this is the information that we're going to use to connect 3COMMAS to Binance US. So you enter a label. Okay. And you can see there's, down here is blurred, right? This section is blurred out just because I mean, it's, the secret key is hidden, but still it's just really no point in me showing the API key. But we're going to create one from scratch here. So I'm going to type in 3COMMAS test. So this will be, and you can name this API key whatever you want. So you're going to go ahead and click create here. And you're going to have to type in your Google authentication code, which make sure that you set this up. If you're not sure how to, what Google authentication is, there's lots of YouTube videos about what it is and how to set it up. And I'll probably do one in the future, but I need to find mine. Just give me 1 second here. And I type in my code, which changes all the time, by the way. So that's, oh my goodness. Okay, so I need to go to, let me actually take this off screen. Just give me 1 second. So it's going to send you an email saying, you're creating a new API key from this address. And if, you want to verify it. So it'll say confirm API key creation. So I'm going to click that. and it's going to take me back to here. So here is, and this is, I just pulled the screen back over just so you could see it, but once you click the link in your email, it will open up a new page for you. So here is the API that we created. It's called 3COMMAS test, right? Here is your API key. So this is the public key that anybody can see. Okay, so there's 2 keys that you need, and this is your secret key. And here you can see it for your security. Your API secret key will only be displayed at the time it is created. If you lose this key, you'll have to delete your API and start all over again. So I usually save this secret key in some offline document just so I can access it anytime if I need to. But you can see once I get away from this page, the secret key will blank out. You won't be able to see it anymore. So these 2 keys are what you need. And if I go back to 3COMMAS, you see how it says API key here, right here, and your API secret. So this is where you put that information, okay? So I would go to exchange on my drop-down menu. We're going to use Binance US. So you can name this whatever you want, but it defaults to Binance US, which is what I do. And you're going to pull your API key and your API secret key from your Binance US page. So this is the API that you just created. You're literally going to copy these, okay? You're going to copy these 2 keys and bring them over to 3COMMAS and put them right here in this spot. Now, this is really important. So your API restrictions, you want to make sure that before you do that you make sure that only these 2 are checked. So can read, so basically your API is allowing, this is giving your API permission to read your account, which you need it to. And you can see here, enable spot trading is checked. That's the whole purpose of Trading Bot. So it needs to be able to trade on your behalf. Now, these 2 should be unchecked, especially enable withdrawals. This one, you should never check that, because if you have an API, right, that has access to your account and this is checked, it can withdraw your funds without your permission. This is something you should never have checked. Like, you shouldn't ever have this checked. If for some reason all of these are checked, you can go to edit restrictions here, which I will do just so you can see what will happen. It'll allow you, and it all must apply to IP. Oh, okay, it makes you do the IP restriction filter, so I'm not going to do that. But you can check these if you want. I don't want to do that, obviously. Now, the IP access restriction for 3COMMAS, it needs to be unrestricted. So it's less secure. But the reason why it needs to be left unrestricted is because 3COMMAS has tons of different IP addresses that they use. So you need to be able to let 3COMMAS use whichever IP address they need to use to do your trading. Okay, so that's why this is left the same. Now, when I go to cancel, you'll see that the secret key went away. So anytime you get your secret key shown, you need to make sure that you copy it and bring it over to your 3COMMAS and put it in your API secret here, because it will go away, just so you know. But anyway, that is how you set up an API. So now what I've just done, so again, once I go back to 3COMMAS here, what I just did after I paste my API key and my API secret key in, and then I click this button, connect to an exchange, what you have just done is you have allowed 3COMMAS to communicate with Binance US on your behalf, essentially. So now when you go to your 3COMMAS platform, whatever functions, whatever you're doing on this exchange, you no longer have to really log into Binance US to trade. You can actually do it all from 3COMMAS if you want. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so here we are. All right, we're back on the DCA bot, My Deals. This is kind of like your home page where you can monitor your bot's performance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a single bot and I'm going to kind of break down the functions that you have on this page before I go into actually setting one up. But so here we have Kava versus the USDT pair. Okay, so I'm using USDT, which is just like USD, except it's called Tether. It's basically a crypto that's pegged to the dollar. But so we're trading Kava USDT. And you can see here I have my parameters that's set right here in this kind of this area. So this is the parameters that I have set, which I will go over how to set those in a little bit. But here you have kind of where your bot currently is, and all this red, this is completely normal. This is exactly what you want to see, really, because this is, you can see some bots they're filling up their orders here, and this is how we make money. So this is exactly what you want to see. But for Kava, I'm going to start right here where it says filled 00. That's your next buy order. So if price drops from where it currently is sitting down to $3.43, about that area, it's going to fill your next order that you have sitting here. And here's your take profit right here. So when Kava hits $3.65, you know, 365.68, then it will close your order and profit for you. As far as your volume goes, so this is your volume that I just highlighted right here. So you have $146. That's currently what I'm using. Or in Kava terms, I have 40.65 Kava currently active in this trade. Status is bought. I will always say bought here because I only buy, I don't short. Your SO, so this is your safety orders. And you can see that I have 3 that has completed. There are 2 that are active, meaning that there are 2 orders waiting in the order books, which I will show you how to set that up in a little bit. And then I have a max number of 30. So I have 30 safety orders waiting to be filled on Kava. And so far I've only filled 3 out of the 30. So that's where that's sitting. And then you have your ID number here and your start time. So this bot started 2:14, so that was about a little over an hour ago is when this bot started. So this is kind of like what you're looking at here. Okay, now we're going to come down here, and so cancel obviously means cancel. I don't want to cancel the bot. So if you click this, it will cancel, you know, it'll give you the options. You click cancel. Are you sure you want to cancel this deal? If you want to cancel it, you can hit confirm. I don't want to do that. And what cancel essentially does is it cancels the bot deal and it cancels unfilled orders. So that's very important. It doesn't, you know, magically get your money back if your bot is under. But what happens is you cancel all your unfilled orders. But for anything that you've already bought, you keep. So in this instance, I bought 40 Kava, I think it said, right? I would keep that Kava, and it would just, you know, like you would keep that and it wouldn't do any more trades for you. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to click go back. Close at market price. So if I click this button, it's going to ask me, do you want to close at market price? This would be my current profit for closing that trade. I don't want to do that because I want to let the bot finish what it's doing. And it'll basically cancel your deal, cancel all unfilled orders, and it will close the current position at market price, no matter if it's a profit or loss. In this instance, I guess it would be a profit. I still don't want to do that. So I'm going to click go back. So switch, this is kind of a new feature that they're working on. This basically means like instead of going long, so instead of buying, you can switch your bot to selling. I don't want to do that. This little edit button, if you click it, you can actually change your current bot parameters. So this is really awesome that they did this. But I set my target profit percentage at 1.5%. I could literally change this to 15% if I wanted to. And you'll see that your target price actually changes whatever you put here. So I'm going to go back to 1.5%. You can watch that. So you see how this number is constantly updating. So you can actually change the parameters of your bot mid-trade, which is pretty cool because you didn't used to be able to do this. But I don't want to do that. So I'm going to exit out of here, but you can do this if you want to. So this is pretty cool too. This is add funds. So this, if you click this, you can actually manually add orders if you want to. Really the only reason that you would want to do this for this particular instance is if your bot filled every single safety order that it had, which I will go over in a little bit, and you wanted to continue to dollar cost average, you can manually set those orders. I don't recommend doing that. Like I don't recommend, you know, it's totally up to you, obviously, but if you set, you know, if you use similar settings to what I use, you never have to do this. Like you shouldn't have to do this. And then smart trade convert. So this actually takes your current bot and it will switch it over to a trade. So let's say that you filled, 10 or 20 safety orders and you had a decent sized position, right? But you thought, you know what? I got a really good fill on it and I feel like price is going to go a lot higher than my take profit. So instead of making my 1.5%, maybe I want to try and make 10%. So that is where this comes in really handy. So this is your smart trade convert. So if you click it, it'll say current deal will be canceled. So it will send you over to smart trade with the same parameters that you'll create on your trade, or that is currently set here, and you can edit them if you want. And then you can also stop the bot. So if you highlight this, it'll stop the trading bot. That way it doesn't trade that pair anymore. So I'm not going to go into that on here because I don't want to confuse everybody, but this is a really neat feature that you can use, but it's really only like if you're have a lot of trading experience and you know what you're doing, then this is helpful. But for the purpose of this video, keeping things simple, this is not something that I would recommend new people to use. And then you have this. So this is the refresh function. So if you click this, it'll refresh the spot to see what happened. So we'll click refresh. Oh, what do you know? The deal closed. So this is actually good timing. But you can see here, so profit, right? So this is actually really good timing. But you can see here that I have negative USDT. So what happened there, right? But I got a positive, I made Kava, right? And so the key here, number one, is that, again, I am not trading to keep dollars. I'm trading to keep crypto. I want to build my crypto portfolio, right? So the reason why this is a negative number, so I actually lost 14 cents in dollar terms, but I gained 0.65 Kava. So this is very important. The reason why is because Kava is not like it's basically a rounding error. So the order book doesn't go enough decimals to have made, so basically your bot wasn't able to get you to zero, like to not lose any USDT, but you gained in Kava. So that's the most important part. And you can see here, off of this bot, I made $2.23 or 1.52% profit. If you come over here, you can see the start time, the end time, and how long it took. So it says about an hour. So my bot started at 2:14 p.m. It ended at 3:40 p.m. Duration was about an hour. So in, about an hour and, 25 minutes or so, I made $2.23 just on my Kava bot. So this is one bot that I have, and I have 40 others that are currently running. So if I were to look at SXP below and hit refresh, you can see that it changed a little bit. It's still trading. Same with Reef here. It's still trading, I'm sure. Yep. So you can see that it popped back up a little bit. But essentially, like, this is how you read this area. So this is kind of where your money is. This is the fun thing that you want to watch kind of all day long. Like, I kind of watch it all day long, but you don't have to. But so this is the kind of the my deals. How do you read your bots? And I went through everything, every function that you have here, to know how to manage your bot once you have it. So let's create one now. Okay, so to create a bot, it's very simple. You're going to go up here. It says create a bot, giant big green button here. So you click create a bot. It's going to take you to this page. And we're going to, so this is, for some reason it defaults to this other exchange that I never use. But you literally click on exchange. Okay. I'm going to go down to Binance US. And I want to trade, what do I want to do? So I'll set up a Cardano bot. So I always trade, since this is on Binance US, I trade versus the dollar. So ADA USD, that's what I want. And I'm going to come up here to change this setting. You don't have to do it if you don't want, but I like to name my bots since I have 41. Now I'm about to have 42. So I type in the pair. Again, you can name it whatever you want, but this is how I like to name it. So it's just ADA USD. So I'm trading Cardano against the US dollar. Bot type is going to be simple. I will explain composite bots in future video. These are like advanced bots, but for bot type, you keep it on simple. I put my pair here. So again, you can trade anything that Binance US trades. I just wanted to trade the Cardano USD pair. Strategy, long, which means that I'm just buying, right? I'm not shorting and I want to buy Cardano. Now, this is a very important part. So the profit currency, what do you want to keep your profits in? So it's preset to be kept in USD. So as your bots close their trades in profit, okay, it will keep it in USD, in dollars. For me, I like to switch most of my stuff to base. So you can see it says base ADA. This means that your profit currency will actually end up being kept in this case, ADA or Cardano. And real quick, one thing that I like to do though, as you can see from my previous example, sometimes when you have the order books don't have enough zeros, or like when price doesn't have enough zeros and you end up having little rounding errors, and you can actually lose the other side of the trade. So you can lose a little bit of dollars, you can lose some cents essentially, but you gain, the big majority of it in the other, whatever you're trading. I like to run 1 or 2 bots on quote. So I like to keep it on this just so that I can have, I have a bot that is trading, that's making me profit in dollars, just to make sure that my account doesn't slowly bleed over time, right? Because if you have, thousands of those transactions that end up closing and you're losing a penny here, a penny there, it actually adds up over time. So I like to keep one bot in USD just to make sure that I'm generating enough profit to not, to still grow my USD account as well. But again, 99% of the rest of my bots are all going to be in this base pair because I want to generate my profits in crypto. And obviously, when you do this, you lose the stability of the dollar in a sense, right? But if you think the crypto market is going to continue to grow over time, for me personally, I'd rather have, I don't want any more dollars. I'd rather have crypto. So that's a long explanation of this part. Now, your base order size. So this, for me, you can set it to be whatever you want. The minimum is $10, okay? So I guess, for this purpose, I'll set up kind of like a minimum bot that I personally would do. So, your base order size could be $10. This is the smallest amount that you can put here. Your safety order size, and this is how big your following orders are going to be. You can set it to be $10 still if you want it to be. Me personally, I like to make this larger. That way, as the bots, as price drops, my orders will get larger, and then it makes it easier for my bot to be able to exit the trade. So safety order size, I actually have a very good graphic that I want to go over briefly just so you can see what I'm talking about. So here is the safety order graphic, and what this does is it's just going to explain to you what a safety order is and what it does, okay? So first you have your base order, which is the very first order that your bot will place on each new trade. So that was the $10, right? That was in that first box. So you set that amount in the strategy section, which we were in the process of doing. Then you have your safety orders that are underneath it. So first, your safety order number 1, this is the second order that your bot will place on each new trade. So this is immediately set as soon as your base order fills. So the minute your base order fills, this order is already sitting in the order books just in case price continues to drop lower. So the safety order size is set in the strategy section, which we've gone over. We will go over. Safety order 2. So this is, again, this is determined by your settings, but for the example that I'm sharing, my safety orders are always 1.05 times or 5% larger than the amount of safety order number 1. So if safety order number 1, so here's an example, right? If safety order number 1 is $20, then safety order number 2 will be $21 because it's 5% larger. So safety order 2 will be 5% larger than safety order number 1. And you don't have to do it like this, but this is how I set mine up. Because again, as price comes down and fills your safety orders, if your safety orders continually get larger, you see it builds kind of this pyramid structure, right? what that does is it helps keep your average entry, it'll drop it down even further. That way, when price does spike back up, it gives your bots an easier chance to get out of the trade in profit. So that's very important. And then you can see safety order 3. Again, I go through the math. You can pause the screen if you want to read it. But essentially with my settings, every safety order that as you drop down gets 5% larger from the previous one. So 4 is 5% larger than safety order 3. 5, the safety order 5 is 5% larger than safety order 4. So you can see as it gets a lot bigger as you get down in safety orders. So that's that explained. Okay, so now that I explained safety orders for you and why this is important, okay, I'm going to actually change this to 20 since that's what I used in the example, just so we can keep it the same, okay? And this, honestly, this is how I would set this bot up anyway. So you have your base order size of $10, your safety order size of $20, and then you have your start order type. I always use limit. The reason why I use limit is because typically when you use limit orders on exchanges, meaning that you set bids in the order book and allow them to be filled, you typically pay less in trading fees. So that is critical when you're looking at small percentage move like trading bots are shooting for. You really want to keep your trading fees as low as possible. The cheaper your trading fees are, the more profit you make. So limit orders are very important. Deal start condition. I leave this alone. This is open new trade ASAP. I always want my bots running. I don't care what kind of a market it's in. The more volatile, the better. We're actually getting quite a bit of volatility during this video, which you can see like some of the values that you're looking at are fluctuating. That's really good because that means my bots are going to have more opportunity to make money. But again, I always want to be in a trade, so I leave this alone. Take profit. Now this is the fun part. So when, and you can adjust this to whatever you want. I typically like 1.5%. This is my bread and butter. For every bot that I have, I like to keep it at 1.5%. Now you can change this to anything that you like. If you want to target 2%, 5%, whatever it is that you like. But for me, I want my bots in and out of trades as quick as possible because when that happens, typically I make more money, right? If you set your profit targets too high, your bots are going to take way longer to get in and out of trades, and honestly, you'll probably won't make as much money. So to me, the sweet spot that I found is this 1.5% target profit. This is what I like to use. Take profit type, I always leave this on percentage from total volume, so don't adjust this. It should be on percentage from total volume. I do not use a stop loss. I don't use a trailing stop. I will cover this in an advanced video to show you how and when you could use these, but I don't use trailing stops for these bots. Now's the fun part. So here's your safety orders. So your max safety trades count. How many do you want to be trading? Like how many orders can you afford? This is where it gets to be. This is kind of like the numbers start to grow rapidly. So one thing I want you to pay attention to is up here. Okay, so max amount for bot usage. This tells you this is going to change, okay? This number is how much money your bot could, if every single safety order filled, this is going to tell you how much money it would take to fill all 30 or all the orders, okay? So for me, my sweet spot that I really like is 30. So I have 30. So you can see what happens. It instantly changed this from $100 to $600, okay? The max, so I'll explain why here when I'm done setting this up. The max active safety trades count, I only leave this at 1. This is how many orders do you want in the order books at all times. So like 1 is enough, honestly. And like if you put too many, like let's say I put 5, it's going to tie up more money than you really need. Like you really only need 1 in there, unless you're trading something so volatile that you won't, the 3COMMAS wouldn't be able to send it a new order fast enough because price is moving so crazily. There's really no reason why this shouldn't be anything above 1, okay? Now, price deviation to open safety orders. So percentage from initial order. What this is asking you, so if I left this at 1, let's say that I got into a trade, or my bot got into a trade. As soon as price fell 1% from my base order, from where my initial order was, it would trigger the second trade. It would trigger the first safety order. Now, I don't like that, because when I'm dealing with altcoins, and this is kind of like a different type of analysis, but they can really dip, like they can drop and they can rip. Like this is a very volatile market. So I like to give myself cushion. So what I like to do when I'm doing 30 safety trades is give myself a 2% window. And you can see here, this changes this max safe order price deviation. Okay, so if I put this back to 1, look at what happens. So it's at 30%. So this basically tells you if price dropped 30% without a bounce, it would fill all 30 of your orders. So 30% is a little, like, I like to manage these very passively. I don't like to bother with these at all. So for me, my sweet spot is 2%. So I have 30 safety trades, and each safety trade will open 2% lower than the previous one, giving me a total price deviation of 60%. So price would have to drop 60% without any type of bounce in order to fill all of my safety orders for my bot. Now, how often has that happened? It hasn't happened for me. That doesn't mean it can't, but it hasn't happened for me before. So like this is one of those things where this is very, I would say this is conservative setting, but it's safe. This is, for me, I look at trading bots as passive income, right? I want it to stay passive. I don't want to have to be actively managing this every single day, worrying about, oh my goodness, are my bots going to fill up or not, right? Like I just like to leave them alone and they do their thing and they make money. That's the job. So that's why I like to have kind of more conservative settings like this. Now this one also relates to that graphic that I went over before I started this. So the safety order volume scale, it's the same principle, okay? So what this does is it multiplies your order size on every safety order that you have. So going back to the pyramid, right? You have safety order 1, safety order 2, safety order 3. What this does is I set this to 1.05. This is exactly what I was talking about back in that graphic. So this will increase your safety order volume by 5% on every safety trade that gets activated. Okay? So this is really important, but you can see the consequence of having that 5% increase, right? So if I set this to 0, or if I set this back to 1%, look up here, right here. So right now, with my current parameters, the bot could take up $611. The second I change this to 1.05 or 1.05, so a 5% increase, it instantly drove this up to 1340. So if all 30 safety orders filled, meaning price dropped 60% without any bounces, pretty much, enough of a bounce to at least take my bot out of the trade and profit, right? The max that I could use is $1,340. So this is a very important number. The reason why it's an important number is because this is one trading bot. Now, do you need to keep $1,340 free just in case this happens? No, you don't. And honestly, I don't. I have 41 bots. This is the 42nd bot that I'm creating, right? And I do not have $1,340 allocated. Well, actually, my bots are actually bigger, but I don't have enough free cash to cover it if every single one of my bots magically, like, just whatever happened and like every bot filled, right? The thing is, though, I'm comfortable with that. So that's a risk that you have to think about. Okay, like, are you comfortable with that? And like, do you have any additional cash or money that you could put into it in case you needed to? And like, for me, it's yes, but that's not the case for everybody, right? And this is something that you have to think about on your own. But anyway, this is what happens. So these are the settings. These are literally the settings that I use, except my amounts are larger. So my bot sizes are actually larger, but for this instance, I'm going to keep it just like this so we can finish it. So just to recap really quickly, okay, here's your bot. So this is the name. I'm using Binance US as my exchange because that's where I opened my account. I'm trading ADA USD, so Cardano versus the US dollar. You can trade anything that Binance US or Binance, if you're on Binance, you can trade any pair that they have available. It's pretty awesome. And then your strategy is long. Your profit currency, this is completely up to you. I already went over, which one I pick and for what reason. I stick in crypto. I like my profits to be paid in crypto. My base order size is $10. My safety order size is $20. I always use limit orders to save on fees. I always leave this to open new trade ASAP because I always want my bots running. My target percentage is 1.5%. Always percentage from total volume. I don't use a stop loss. And these are my safety orders that we just went over. 30 safety orders. I only have one in the books at all times. My price deviation is 2%. So for every 2% that price drops, I will get another order filled, which also lowers my entry price, which means my bot can get out easier. My safety order volume scale, this is the pyramid that I showed you, right? So for every safety order that's filled, it'll increase in 5% in size. This is to help drive down your average entry so that when price does bounce back up, it doesn't have to bounce as far, right? And it can still get your bot out in profit, which is the entire goal. And safety order step scale, this is just one. I don't ever bother with that. So that is literally all you have to do. Okay, I could have done this in less than 30 seconds. So if I wanted to set up a bot, I could have done that. I could have set up 20 bots by now by the time it took me to explain this, but I wanted to make sure I did it in good detail. So the last thing you have to do is really simple. You click create bot. So we're going to click that. Bot successfully started. Or bot successfully saved? Do you want to start the bot? Yes, I do. So you click start, and this is your message. Bot's turned on. So you click OK. Now it's going to take. So this is your bot's information. This is all the parameters that you set, and here in your events, it's telling you that the bot just turned on. So now what 3COMMAS is doing is it is sending your parameters, these parameters right here that we just created. It's sending this information to Binance US to open up a new trade. So it's literally opening up a new Cardano USD trade as we speak. So if I go back to my deals, click on this. Okay. And by the way, so total profit is 0 now. That's because it's 4 o'clock. It actually, the day just reset. So this is why it says 0. Don't freak out. Every day at 4 p.m. Pacific time, okay, 7 p.m. Eastern time, your trading bots, that's when the trading day resets in crypto. So your trading bots will reset to 0. So I'm actually glad I did this during this time of day, but that's why this part resets. So you can see that the Cardano bot that we've set up has not come through yet. Maybe if I refresh it one more time, it'll be there. Might take a minute because we're also using limit orders. So the order has to actually fill and actually fill in the order book. But that is how you set up this bot. Okay. And one thing that you can do also, if you want to take a look at some of your other bots to see how they've performed. So here's Uni, right? We can actually go and we can click on Uni. You click right here on this link and it pulls up all of your orders. So you can see this is the parameters that I set for this is Uni USD or Uniswap, the Uniswap token. So these are all the parameters that I've set for Uni. Here's your daily summary profit. So since I've had this bot, it's made me $513 in profit, which is all in Uniswap. Tells you your profit by day. Some days are crazy. This was that crazy $1,200 day that I had right here. There was a lot going on then. You can go back and you can take a look at any of the other bots that you wanted to take a look at. We could go to Kava again. So if you click on Kava, you want to look at your settings. What are my settings here? Slightly different for the base order size and the safety order size. But you can see Kava here. Kava made me $1,021 so far since I've had the bot running, and it's all in Kava, the profits in Kava. So yeah, that's again, so if you go to my deals, I'm kind of hoping, I wanted to see, there it is. So here's your ADA bot. We just set this up, right? So here's your brand new bot. It's running, it's active, ready to make you money. And you know, there's nothing that you have to do now. This bot will run 24/7, 365 days a year without you having to bother with it. And I just went ahead and showed you how to set up a new bot. So there's only a couple things left that I want to go over. Number one, this is really important. So when you're trading on Binance, this is another reason why I really like Binance US, is that when you have an opportunity to save on your trading fees by using BNB, which is the Binance token, if you use that to pay your, if you use the BNB token to pay your trading fees, you can actually save 25%. So that really helps your trading bots because that's more profit that you get to keep, right? And the nice thing about these trading bots that I forgot to mention earlier is that the exchange fees are taken into account automatically by the trading bot. So the bot knows, and that's why you'll see like slight adjustments, right? But the bot, so if you have fee discounts like on Binance using BNB token, right, you'll have slightly bigger profits than you even see in the statistics. So that you're actually like the profit statistics are even higher on every trade that, or on everything that you see in front of you, because I use BNB token to pay for my trading fees. So that's an added benefit of obviously using Binance US or Binance. And the bot will benefit from the BNB fees to make it faster and more profitable deals. But the stat calculations, again, they're done without taking fee discounts. So without taking that 25% that you're saving by using the BNB token in Binance, it's, again, the stat calculations are done without taking that into consideration. So in very clear terms, if you use BNB token to help you save trading fees, the trading bot statistics that you see on 3COMMAS, so these statistics are actually better. So they're underrepresented because this doesn't take into account the fees that you're saving by using BNB as your token or to pay your trading fees. And the last thing I wanted to go over is history. So this history tab right under my deals, this ties into the bots because this shows you everything that's ever happened on your trading bot. So hey, look at this. So ADA already making us money. So this is the last deal to close, okay? And you can see here that I lost 10 cents. And again, this goes back to the rounding, right, in the order book. Like this goes back to the rounding. There's not enough zeros to make it even. So if the bot overbuys or underbuys Cardano, in USD terms, you're going to lose a little bit every time, which is fine because you're making, so I made 0.20 ADA or Cardano, which netted me 15 cents profit or 1.53% gain. And if you look over here, okay, it took 3 minutes for this bot to make this money. So start time today, 4:05 p.m., ended at 4:08, took 3 minutes, and your bot already is printing money here, which is pretty neat. And so Uniswap underneath, this is another one where you lost 23 cents on US dollars, but you gained 0.13 Uniswap or Uni token for a profit of $2.81 or plus 1.52% profit. And over here took you 3 hours. So in 3 hours, your Uniswap or your Uni USD bot made you $2.81. And this goes all the way down. You can see all the profit that your bot made all throughout the day. So that is the history tab. So I'm going to set up one more bot because I actually want to set up another bot, but it'll give you another example. I'm going to go over it very quickly. That way you can see really how fast it is to set these bots up once you know kind of what you're doing. So again, if you go to DCA bot, click on create bot up here, it's going to take you to this page, and I'm going to set up something a little bit different. So I'm going to set up on Binance, this is going to be CRV USDT. So I'm going to be trading curve against USDT. because this is a bot I actually want to set up. So this is the exchange I'm using, Binance, and I have it named Binance Bots. Simple. Named it already. There's my pair. Long is my strategy. Profit currency, I want CRV. I'm going to change this to 25 and 50. So that's how I like to do it. Start order, order type limit, open new trade ASAP. Same setting that I want. Again, my 1.5% sweet spot target percentage that I like to. That this is the setting I like. Take profit. I don't bother with this. I leave this right where it is. That's what I want. No stop loss. Scroll down to safety orders. 30. 1. I leave this one order in the book at all times. This I changed to 2%. It's your deviation from open safety orders, right? So I want 2%, which will make this 60% up here. Safety order volume scale, 1.05. And that's it. Click create bot. See how fast that was? Click start. Bot's turned on. That's simple. Already started. So that's how easy it is. Once you get a feel for how to use 3COMMAS, it's really, really easy to, you know, they've done a beautiful job on this platform. They honestly made it very user-friendly. But once you get used to it, you saw how quickly I could have set that bot up even faster if I wasn't explaining it, but it doesn't take much once you get your system down of things that you like. So again, this bot is already running. You can see now it's sending the APIs connected to Binance, and it's sending that information over to Binance. So that's that. Now we're going to move over to this. So I did a really simple tutorial today on how to use the simple, you know, dollar cost averaging trading bots. And this is my bread and butter. I've made a pretty good amount of money just off of using the exact settings that I just shared with you. Literally, those are the settings that I use for all of my bots. That's made me, you know, almost $45,000 in profit so far. And, you know, this year I expect to do six figures pretty easily. But again, I don't expect anybody's returns to match that. I'm not, you know, this isn't financial advice or anything. Like, things are going to be different for everybody, right? I can just talk about my personal experience and kind of what I've been able to do. But in my next tutorial, so this is what's going to be coming out soon, is an advanced trading bot tutorial. So I'm going to step it up a little bit about what, you know, what different types of trading bots there are, and also different strategies that you can use to make even more money, right? That I didn't talk about in this video. So number one thing I'm going to go over is profit compounding. This is insane. This is live. This is able to be taking place right now. I'm actually doing it. But basically, there are certain crypto that you can trade on your trading bots. And you could, if you take the profit in crypto instead of the US dollars, right? If you take your profit in crypto, you can actually take that crypto and stake it, meaning you could park it in a different type of account, and you can earn 135%. That is a live APR right now of what you can earn on that particular crypto. I'm not going to get into it because it's advanced. I will do it in the next video. But the point of this is you can literally make money from your trading bots, right? You can take those profits and compound them like exponentially just by knowing where to put the money. So that's one strategy I'm going to go over in the next video. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the different kinds of bots. So the more advanced bots and features, I'm going to teach you how to create a custom signal integrated with TradingView, right? So TradingView is the charting software that I use to trade off of. But I'm going to teach you how to use TradingView. So this is more for the advanced traders, for people who are getting into trading. But I will teach you how to create a custom signal on TradingView so that 3COMMAS can trade off of those signals that you create. It's phenomenal. I'm going to teach you how to create short sell trading bots, grid bots, option bots, and I'm going to go over trailing stops, which I didn't do because I don't use trailing stops myself for my simple bots that I use, but I will teach you how to use that. And then number three, this is something I really don't advise people to do, especially if you're not a very high level trader, but leverage. it is possible to trade with leverage up to 100% or 100x leverage, which is insane. I don't recommend it, but I am going to teach you how to use leverage when you set up trading bots. Again, that's something I don't really recommend anybody doing, but this is an advanced tutorial that I'll be doing next time. I want to make sure that I get that in there because it is pretty powerful if used correctly. And last, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my social media. This is where you can get in touch with me. If you have any questions, I'm very active on Twitter. That's my Facebook page that I created. Obviously, you're watching this on YouTube more than likely. That's the link to my YouTube channel. I'm on Telegram. But where you can, if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. If anything was unclear in this video and you've made it to the end of the video, congratulations, by the way. But if there's any questions, you can reach me in Discord. I am active in Discord. I'm there probably 12 hours a day, easily. There's going to be a link to my Discord in the description below. There's a lot of really awesome people there, a lot of really helpful people. But if you have any questions in particular about this video that you watched, the trading bot tutorial, please come over to Discord. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. You can literally chat with me, ask me any question you want about trading bots, and if there's something that wasn't clear or you're having a little bit of issue, with anything any of the features that you've seen or that you have seen, come into Discord. You can chat with me as much as you'd like there, and I'm happy to answer questions. But anyway, I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. If you need to rewatch it, kind of, check the features out again, please feel free to do so. But I hope that this video finds you well. If you have any questions, again, come find me in Discord. I'm more than happy to help, answer any questions that I can. But you have a great day and stay safe trading.